Jeshua on time and the now. Greetings to you this day. I am Jeshua, and I've come to discuss with you time. For you have been aware for some time that time, as it were, does not exist. And I have told you, and many sages over the centuries and millennia have told you, that the only real aspect of time is now, right now. And you all want to assume that that means that we should live in the present moment, whatever that means. And you all, in your attempts to become enlightened and awakened, try to live as if your past does not exist, and that you are free of it. And you try to live in such a way that you believe that the future will not arise from this moment. But do you see? Those beliefs still include your belief in the existence of time. Now, time is connected to this imaginary physical world of space and time. And in your studies of physics and quantum mechanics, you've come to realize that the space aspect, that which you call matter, does not actually exist. That which appears to be matter is nothing but a collection of little vortices of spinning, consolidated energy. And the more that you choose to consolidate the energy, the more that it seems to be dense in your world. Now, the existence of your world, whether you like it or not, and whether you believe it or not, is a great collective oneness that cannot be divided and separated. Because of that oneness, there is an inviolate attraction of all of existence to itself. So that which you call energy, but that which is the essence of spirit, is attracted to itself. For it is itself. The tiniest aspect of what you seem to see actually is the entire sea of existence. And that is what you have learned to call a hologram. The densities that you create out of energy attract to themselves. And in this imaginary world, the more you generate density of energy, the greater seems to be the attraction. And that is literally what you experience as the force of gravity. One imagined mass being attracted to another imagined mass in measurable quantity and aspect. When all of that diffuses out into the oneness that it is, and diffuses back into its uniformity, then the world of space and time will cease to exist. And now about time. Time seems to be for you something that flows in one direction, from past to present to future. And as you evaluate the laws that seem to govern these densities that you have created out of your creative power, it seems that if you know one moment, then you can follow subsequent moments. Then you can predict where something will be. And this seems to work well with what happens or with what appears to be physical. But the nature of reality is not physical at all. The nature of reality is spirit. It is light. It is the great oneness that is the universe. You may call it God if you wish. It is the essence of existence itself. And that is what you are. The essence of you is not subject to any of the imagined laws of space, and hear me well, time. You are not confined to time. You have within you the power to be at any imagined point in the imagined spectrum of time. You have within you the power to read or write, if you will, time itself. You are in this moment, and we shall call it now. You are in the now. And every other spirit being is also in this moment of now. But, and this is the beauty of it all, You have the power within you to bring to this moment, to bring to now, any of the moments of imagined time that you wish. You, creative spirit, are free to be in any moment of what seems to be your past, or any moment of what seems to be your future, because all of it is contained in the essence and the beingness of now. All that exists is this moment. So can it be otherwise, that there could be a moment of time which is not contained within the moment of now? And it is not possible. I have told you that the script is written, and in your imagined world of space and your imagined world of time, there is a script that plays out. However, you, creative spirit, are always free. The script of your life is written because it had to be. Creative script, which you are, has a creative impulse. Creative spirit, which you are, has a creative impulse, and in that moment it is done. And if you would imagine a world of space and time, which you are doing, every moment of that space and every moment of that time is contained within right here and right now. So you can, without violating the script, be at any point of your imagined time that you choose. Within the script of your life, there is illness, and there is healing, and there is health. You have the power to choose any of those imagined moments that you wish. You could always choose the moment of health and healing. This is a test, if you would, of your creative power. Try to select an imagined moment of your time that does not exist, that you cannot experience, for the script is written. And as you choose which imagined moment of time you would be in, it is imperative that you always first listen within, so that you can discern whether what you would imagine is true for you or not. You may simply check and see, and your inner guidance, which I've called the Holy Spirit, will tell you clearly in your stillness if you are free to imagine the point in time that you're thinking of with your imagined thoughts in your imagined brain. If you do not think, if you let go of the barriers to your inner guidance, to your inner wisdom, to your real self, if you let go of the barriers that your thinking imposes, then that issue never comes up. For you simply flow through your life on a path of joy, in expectation and excitement, and with the wonder that a small child brings to the game that he plays. And indeed, this life is a game that you're playing with your creative power, albeit filled with beauty and oneness. What if you, in your thinking, wish to pick a moment of your time and therefore have a vision of that which you would experience? It is imperative that you listen within and see if it is in harmony with this imagined lifetime that your spirit has chosen. I speak of your spirit almost as if it were a separate, isolated entity, which it is not and can never be. So you, in your thinking, imagine yourself to be separate. But in fact, you are not. So when you check with your spirit self, you're literally tuning into the one self with a capital O and a capital S, tuning into the one self which knows not boundary or isolation or separation. Now, is it possible for you, creative spirit, to step outside of the imagined timeline of what looks like this life of isolation that you are leading? And the answer is yes, it is possible. But when you check with your inner guidance, if you have any sense of that inner guidance defining you as a separate being, then you are confined to your imagined timeline by your own choice. Can you let go of that imagined isolation and separation and then become free to literally experience in this moment any lifetime, any being that you would imagine? And the answer is yes, indeed. So if you seem to have chosen a body that has an imagined deformity or imagined skills or the lack of imagined skills or the presence or absence of that which you call intelligence, can you, by stepping outside of your imagined belief in isolation and separation, experience anything that you would, anything that your being desires within the imagined spectrum of space and time? And the answer is, indeed, you can. Do many of you choose to do that? Very few. But is it possible? Yes. And in your thinking minds, when you begin with the belief that it is possible, then you are removing a huge number of boundaries that seem to keep you from realizing your desire. For your thoughts, as I've told you, do not have creative power, and the thoughts of your brain do not create your existence. But those thoughts do have power. They have the power to block your awareness of the one self, your awareness of love, for that is all that is. And as you let go of those thoughts, then you also let go of all the barriers that come with them, and you become free. Can you do this in an instant? Of course you can. For all of time is but one instant. Can you simply open to freedom? You can. If you choose to stay locked within what seems to be your thoughts, your conscious mind, and all the restrictions that you've accepted into your subconscious mind, can you honor those blocks? Of course you can. And that is your choice. If you choose to live in a world of fear instead of love, if you choose perfect love, can you erase all the barriers contained within your conscious or subconscious mind? You can. You can play with them individually if you wish, and if you enjoy doing so. But never lose sight of the fact that it is possible for you to transcend all of those beliefs in one moment, the moment of now. The moment of all that exists, the moment that is everything, and this tiny moment of what looks like a speck of your time contains within each of them all of existence, all of space and time. And you, imagined spirit within this world, contain within you the sum total of all that is. Now, have I just said that you are God? And that is exactly what I've been saying all these moments. And that is exactly the truth of what you are. And there is nothing that you can do to escape that truth. Indeed, you cannot break apart the essence of life, beingness itself, which is God, and which is oneness, and harmony, and peace, and joy, and love. My blessings upon you all. That is all.